Prepare yourself, because these Kennedy half-dollars hide a truth that can shake your heartbeat. Coins that once bought a candy bar are now exploding into million-dollar monsters in today's market. From unexpected mint errors to ultra-rare high-grade survivors, these coins carry the power to flip an ordinary life into a millionaire miracle overnight. If you're holding one, you might be holding the most shocking fortune you never imagined. Imagine holding a simple piece of metal that secretly hides the power to transform your entire destiny overnight. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin millions of Americans once exchanged without a second thought, has today become one of the most surprising treasures for collectors. Its shine carries more than history. It carries a hidden fortune that only a few truly understand. People who once ignored this coin now chase it like a lost diamond because rare conditions and dramatic errors have pushed some pieces into the realm of unbelievable value. The story of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is not just about money. It's about emotion, legacy, and mystery. This coin carries the face of John F. Kennedy, the man whose tragic assassination shook America to its core. Every curve of the design, every ripple of the metal, represents a moment in history. But what shocks collectors today is not its age, but its potential value in exceptional conditions. Some unique varieties, flawless surfaces, or unexpected mint mishaps have turned this common half-dollar into a silent millionaire maker. While most 1972 halves were produced in huge quantities, very few survived untouched. Time, circulation, scratches, and wear destroyed the majority. But the handful that remain in perfect glowing condition have become highly desirable. The true magic begins when a coin carries crisp details, mirror-like shine, and rare mint quality. Collectors hunt for those dream condition pieces because in today's market, one flawless 1972 Kennedy half-dollar has the ability to touch values that climb into shocking price ranges. Values that can shake anyone who never imagined such wealth hidden in a pocket coin. Then comes the most electrifying part of the story: errors. The year 1972 produced some of the most head-turning mint mistakes ever found on Kennedy half-dollars. A doubled strike, a shifted design, a missing detail, or a dramatic misalignment can take a 50-cent coin and catapult it into the realm of life-changing value. These errors are like natural accidents of metal, unpredictable and extremely rare. When one appears in the market, collectors go wild, bidders break limits, and prices rise like a rocket because nobody knows if another piece like it will ever appear again. Imagine finding a coin with its lettering doubled or its portrait slightly off-center, a detail invisible to the average eye but a jackpot for a true collector. These rare survivors are the ones that people talk about, the ones that spark rumors of million-dollar auctions and private deals that shake the collector world. It is not the metal itself that creates the value, but the story, the rarity, and the impossible combination of condition and error that gives the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar its explosive financial potential. Every collector dreams of discovering a coin that looks untouched, as if it just left the mint yesterday. When a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar carries crisp hairlines on Kennedy's portrait, soft glowing reflections, and flawless edges, it becomes more than a coin, it becomes a trophy. High-grade examples have shocked collectors with the prices they pull in competition, proving again and again that condition is the heartbeat of numismatic power. This is why people say these rare condition coins can make you rich overnight. Their value spikes instantly when collectors compete. But the emotional grip of this coin lies in its deeper meaning. The Kennedy half-dollar was created as a symbol of respect and remembrance. After the nation mourned the loss of President Kennedy, this coin became a piece of healing history. Owning one feels like holding a chapter of American memory. And when that coin happens to be a rare 1972 piece with museum-level quality or a dramatic mint error, its emotional value merges with financial value, creating a storm of demand that collectors can't resist. Some collectors claim they once found a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in an old drawer or a forgotten piggy bank and later realized its rare features. Stories like these fuel the excitement and make treasure hunting feel real. You never know which old family coin, old jar, or inherited box might contain a rare condition piece capable of surprising the market. And in today's fast-growing coin world, these surprises happen more often than you think, but only for those who look with attention. What makes the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar so fascinating is its combination of accessibility and mystery. It is not a coin locked behind museum walls. Anyone might have one sitting unnoticed. But only a microscopic percentage carry the perfection, the rarity, or the dramatic error that turns it into a small piece of metal worth a mountain of money. It is this unpredictability that makes collectors chase every detail, every shine, every curve, hoping they hold the next unforgettable discovery. So if you have a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, don't rush to spend it or throw it aside. Look at it closely. Study its condition, its shine, its details. Because one perfect coin, one rare strike, can change your fortune in a way you never expected. This coin proves that wealth does not always shout. Sometimes, it hides quietly in your pocket, waiting for the right eyes to recognize it. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is not just a collectible. It is a silent opportunity, a historical treasure, and a possible life-changing jackpot for anyone lucky enough to discover its true power. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary to the world but carries the silent power to change your entire destiny. The 1986 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin millions handled without any idea of its hidden potential, has now become one of the most surprising treasures in the coin world. Collectors who once ignored this date now look at it with burning interest because rare conditions, unexpected mint features, and preserved beauty have pushed certain pieces into shockingly high value zones. This coin is no longer just a half-dollar. It is a sleeping giant waiting to reveal its fortune. The 1986 Kennedy half-dollar is a part of a legacy, created not just as a currency but as a tribute to a president whose story still shakes the world. John F. Kennedy's image on the coin adds emotional weight, making collectors feel history when they hold it. But what makes this particular year stand out is the mystery surrounding the rare surviving pieces that remain untouched, glowing, and breathtaking even after decades. These rare-condition coins have become the center of attention for investors and collectors searching for something that screams rarity. While millions of these coins entered circulation, only a tiny fraction survived with perfect surfaces. Wear, scratches, pocket friction, and time destroyed most of them, leaving behind only a handful of pristine survivors. These surviving gems, the ones with sharp details, deep shine, and flawless surfaces, are the pieces that collectors fight for. In today's coin market, a 1986 Kennedy half-dollar in breathtaking condition can shock people with the value it demands, and the competition for such pieces is fierce because collectors know their worth is only rising. But what truly elevates the 1986 half-dollar into the realm of priceless treasure is the possibility of rare mint errors. A small misalignment of the strike, doubling in the lettering, a shifted portrait, or even a pressure error during minting can transform this ordinary-looking coin into a jackpot piece. These mint mistakes are like nature's accidents, unplanned, unpredictable, and extremely hard to find. When one appears, collectors go wild, and bidders begin a silent war because everyone knows they might never see the same type of error again. Imagine discovering a coin where Kennedy's profile is doubled, or the date appears shadowed, or the edges look slightly off from the mint's normal precision. These little imperfections, invisible to the untrained eye, can turn the coin into a gold mine. Collectors love these errors because they represent a moment when the mint machine malfunctioned for just a second, creating a coin that is one of a kind. And that is exactly what drives the prices into unimaginable territories, sometimes reaching the kind of value that can completely shock a new collector. The real dream begins when a 1986 Kennedy half-dollar carries both rarity and perfect condition. When a coin looks untouched, shiny as if it was minted yesterday, and shows strong details on Kennedy's hair, cheeks, lettering, and edges, it becomes a masterpiece. These high-grade pieces attract attention instantly because collectors know how incredibly difficult it is for a circulating coin to survive this long without damage. And it is this combination of preservation and rarity that makes certain pieces worth a fortune. But beyond the financial excitement, the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar carries emotional energy. It is a symbol of hope, patriotism, and memory. When collectors hold this coin, they feel the weight of Kennedy's legacy and the era that shaped the nation. This emotional connection adds another layer of value, making the coin not just a collectible object but also a piece of American story. And when such a coin exists in rare, high-grade condition, collectors treat it like a legacy in metal, priceless and irreplaceable. There are countless stories of people who discovered a rare 1986 Kennedy half-dollar in old jars, inherited boxes, and forgotten drawers. These stories fuel excitement because they remind everyone that treasures are not always buried underground. Sometimes they sit quietly in our own homes, waiting for someone who understands their value. The thrill of finding a rare condition or error piece is what makes coin collecting feel like a real-life treasure hunt. What makes the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar so unpredictable and exciting is the fact that anyone might have one, but not everyone knows what they truly hold. A million people may own this coin, But only a tiny number own the rare condition or rare era versions that can be worth life-changing amounts. This uncertainty creates a kind of electricity around the coin market because the next big discovery can come from a common person, not a museum or a wealthy collector. So if you have a 1986 Kennedy half-dollar, do not rush to spend it or give it away. Study it, admire its shine, observe the edges, the details, the surfaces. You may be holding a coin that carries the potential to elevate your life, a coin that has the power to change your fortune overnight. In today's explosive coin market, this coin stands as a reminder that true wealth sometimes hides in the smallest, simplest things. The 1986 Kennedy half-dollar is more than currency. It is a mysterious fortune, a historical treasure, and possibly the key to unimaginable value for anyone who discovers its true power. Imagine holding a coin that looks so simple, so ordinary, that most people wouldn't glance at it twice, yet inside it hides the explosive power to change your entire destiny. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar is exactly that kind of coin. It may seem like just another piece of American currency, but under the right conditions, it becomes a silent treasure packed with shocking value. Today's collectors see this coin with new eyes because rare condition pieces and mysterious mint features have pushed its potential into unbelievable price zones. This coin is not just metal, it is a hidden opportunity waiting to be discovered. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar stands at a point in history where the world was changing fast, yet the legacy of John F. Kennedy still lived strongly in the hearts of millions. Every curve of Kennedy's portrait carved into this coin carries the echo of American history, his leadership, his courage, and the tragedy that froze time on November 22, 1963. This emotional weight is what makes collectors treat each Kennedy half-dollar with respect. But when one comes from 1993 and survives flawlessly, it becomes more than a memorial. It becomes a doorway into unimaginable value. Even though millions of 1993 half-dollars were minted, only a very tiny fraction remain in untouched, perfect, breathtaking condition. Time has taken its toll. Coins in pockets, drawers, wallets, registers, and circulation suffered scratches, dents, friction, and fading. But the rare survivors, those few pieces that still shine like fresh silver, with razor-sharp details and mirror-like surfaces, are the ones that collectors chase with intensity. In today's fast-growing coin market, a high-grade 1993 Kennedy half-dollar can command prices that shock even experienced collectors. What sets this coin apart even more is the rare possibility of mint errors. These mistakes are not planned, not repeatable, and not predictable. They happen in fractions of a second inside the minting machines, a slight shift, a doubled strike, a misaligned die, a missing detail. And that tiny mistake becomes the difference between a common coin and a priceless marvel. When a 1993 Kennedy half-dollar with a dramatic mint error appears, collectors go into full battle mode because they know such pieces are rarer than lightning striking in the same place twice. Imagine discovering a 1993 half-dollar where Kennedy's profile appears slightly shadowed, or the year looks doubled, or the mint mark sits lower than normal. These tiny quirks transform the coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Error coins become the heartbeat of auctions, where bidders push prices higher and higher, driven by the thrill of owning something no one else in the world possesses. It is these error varieties that turn a simple 50-cent coin into a jaw-dropping fortune, and they are exactly what collectors dream of finding. But error alone is not enough. The real million-dollar magic ignites when the coin also carries perfect preservation. A flawless 1993 Kennedy half-dollar with glowing surfaces, untouched edges, and crisp detailing becomes a trophy in the world of numismatics. These coins are the ones that collectors guard with pride, knowing their value increases every year. And because so few survived in such condition, the demand keeps rising like fire, turning each discovery into a potential life-changing moment. Beyond the money and market power, this coin holds emotional depth. The Kennedy half-dollar has always been more than currency. It is a symbol of memory and respect. Collectors don't just buy the coin, they buy a piece of American soul. And when that emotional weight merges with rarity and perfect condition, the coin becomes priceless. A rare high-grade 1993 half-dollar is like a preserved piece of history, frozen in time, untouched by life's chaos, carrying a legacy that touches both heart and wallet. There have been countless stories of people discovering valuable 1993 Kennedy half-dollars in old collections they forgot about, in drawers they never checked, or in boxes left by parents and grandparents. These stories give hope to thousands of collectors because they prove that treasures aren't always found in auctions. Sometimes they exist right in our homes. The thrill of examining a coin and realizing it has something special, something unique, is what keeps the world of coin collecting alive with passion. What makes the 1993 Kennedy half dollar especially exciting is its unpredictability. Anyone might have this coin, but very few realize what they truly hold. One person may see only a normal coin, while another sees a rare condition masterpiece worth thousands, or even more. This unpredictability creates a powerful mystery around the coin. Everyone knows the next million-dollar discovery could be sitting in a small jar of old coins, just waiting to be recognized by the right person. So if you have a 1993 Kennedy half dollar, don't make the mistake of giving it away cheaply. Look at it carefully. Study the shine, the edges, the lettering, the portrait, the date. You may be holding a coin with the hidden ability to change your life overnight. This coin is a reminder that incredible value can hide in the most unexpected places. The 1993 Kennedy half dollar is not just a piece of currency. It is a symbol, a treasure, and a potential fortune waiting for someone wise enough to see its true power. Imagine holding a coin from the year 2000, a year that marked a new beginning, a new century, and the entry into a digital world, and inside that ordinary-looking half dollar hides the shocking ability to change your destiny overnight. The 2000 Kennedy half dollar looks like just another coin at first glance, but for collectors, this year has become a secret treasure zone. Rare condition survivors and mysterious mint errors have pushed specific pieces into values that climb far beyond expectations. This coin may be modern, but the fortune it carries is ancient in power, enough to shake your future if you understand its importance. What makes the 2000 Kennedy half dollar so emotionally powerful is that it symbolizes the transition into a new era. The world stepped into the new millennium with hope and uncertainty, yet the legacy of John F. Kennedy continued to live strongly through this coin. His image on the half dollar represents courage, leadership, and tragedy, and owning a flawless coin from the year 2000 feels like holding both history and the future in the palm of your hand. This blend of historic meaning and modern minting gives the coin a unique identity that collectors love. Even though millions of these coins were minted, only a microscopic fraction survived in breathtaking, untouched, museum-level condition. Most were thrown into circulation, clashed in pockets, slid across counters, and suffered scratches over the years. But the rare gems, the ones that escaped circulation and remained in perfect shining condition, have become the stars of today's collector world. When one appears in flawless mint state, it becomes a magnet for collectors because finding such a clean modern half dollar is far harder than people imagine. But what truly electrifies the market is the possibility of mint errors in the 2000 Kennedy half dollar. Mistakes during minting, even tiny ones, turn this coin into something extraordinary. A doubled strike, a missing detail, an off-center hit, or a pressure shift can create a one-in-a-million masterpiece. These mint errors are unplanned moments where the machine faltered for just a second, but that second is enough to create a coin that becomes priceless. When such a coin enters the collector world, it sparks intense bidding that pushes values into shocking ranges. Imagine discovering a 2000 half dollar where Kennedy's portrait looks slightly shadowed, or the date shows faint doubling, or the coin appears struck slightly off its perfect alignment. These tiny details, invisible to someone who doesn't understand coins, become the treasure keys for collectors. Error coins are unpredictable, and that unpredictability is exactly what gives them their incredible value. A dramatic error can turn this coin into a mind-blowing jackpot, the kind that people whisper about because no one knows if another piece like it even exists. The true magic begins when a coin from the year 2000 carries both flawless condition and a rare mint error. A perfect shine, sharp details, flawless surfaces, and a dramatic mint mistake combined create a masterpiece that collectors would do anything to own. Such a coin becomes priceless not just because of rarity, but because it represents the perfect storm of beauty and uniqueness. These once-in-a-lifetime pieces are the ones that can truly hit million-dollar levels under the right market competition. Beyond the physical features, the 2000 Kennedy half dollar carries emotional weight. It is part of a series that honors President Kennedy, a leader remembered for his charisma, courage, and tragic end. Every collector feels that emotion when holding a Kennedy half dollar. And a coin from the year 2000, the dawn of a new age, adds an extra layer of meaning. It becomes a symbol of renewal, hope, and history preserved in metal. This emotional connection drives demand higher than logic alone can explain. There are countless stories of people discovering valuable 2000 Kennedy half dollars in old drawers, inherited coin jars, or forgotten change collections. These moments shock people because they never expected a coin from the year 2000 to be worth anything more than 50 cents. But when they examine it closely, when the shine catches their eye, when the condition looks rare, or when a strange detail appears, that moment becomes unforgettable. This is the thrill that makes coin collecting feel like real-life treasure hunting. The power of the 2000 Kennedy half-dollar lies in its unpredictability. Anyone might have one, but only a tiny number hold the rare condition or rare error versions that can be worth life-changing amounts. This unpredictability creates a storm of excitement in the collector world, because nobody knows where the next big discovery will appear. It could be sitting in a small box in someone's home right now, waiting for the right person to recognize its true worth. So if you own a 2000 Kennedy half-dollar, don't rush to spend it or throw it away. Look at it carefully. Examine the shine, the edges, the portrait, the lettering, the year. You might be holding a coin with hidden power, a coin that carries the potential to change your fortune overnight. In today's explosive coin market, this coin proves one truth: real wealth sometimes hides in the simplest places. The 2000 Kennedy half-dollar is not just money. It is a potential fortune, a modern treasure, and a symbol of unimaginable value waiting to be discovered by someone wise enough to see its true power. Imagine picking up an ordinary-looking coin from 1998, but inside that simple piece of metal lies the insane power to change your entire destiny overnight. The 1998 Kennedy half-dollar may seem common, but collectors today see it as a silent treasure, a coin that appears normal on the outside yet hides the potential to be worth a fortune under the right conditions. Rare mint errors, perfect grade survivors, and untouched pieces have pushed some of these coins into shocking value levels. This coin is a reminder that life-changing wealth sometimes hides in the plainest places. The emotional force behind the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar comes from the powerful legacy of President John F. Kennedy. His image stamped into the coin is more than design. It is a symbol of courage, hope, and a tragedy that shook the world. Every Kennedy half-dollar carries that emotional weight, but a piece from 1998 stands at the doorstep of a new millennium, representing both the end of an era and the beginning of something new. This emotional link adds an invisible value that collectors feel the moment they hold the coin. Even though millions were minted in 1998, only a tiny number survived in flawless, untouched, almost mirror perfection. Most coins went through daily use, sliding across counters, jingling in pockets, and suffering decades of small scratches that slowly erased their beauty. But the rare survivors, the coins that somehow escaped circulation and stayed in breathtaking mint condition, are the real treasures. These untouched gems are the ones capable of reaching unbelievable value in today's explosive collector market. What makes the 1998 Kennedy half-dollar especially thrilling is the possibility of mint errors. These errors are not planned, not repeated, and not controlled. They happen in a fraction of a second when the mint's machinery misaligns, hits too hard, or stamps the coin incorrectly. That single mistake transforms an ordinary 1998 half-dollar into a priceless masterpiece. A double date, off-center strike, missing detail, or unusual texture can skyrocket the value into unimaginable territory. Error coins are the magic ingredient that collectors chase with obsession. Imagine finding a 1998 half-dollar where Kennedy's portrait appears shadowed, or the lettering looks doubled, or the coin features a mysterious misalignment. These tiny details, invisible to an average person, can turn your 50-cent coin into a fortune. Error coins are unpredictable, and that unpredictability is exactly what gives them their immense value. When a dramatic 1998 error coin appears, collectors compete fiercely, turning normal auctions into intense battles that push prices into shocking ranges. Now imagine combining an ultra-rare error with perfect, untouched condition. That is where the real million-dollar magic happens. A flawless 1998 Kennedy half-dollar with razor-sharp details and a dramatic mint error becomes the rarest of rare trophies. Collectors go wild for such coins because they are nearly impossible to find. This perfect storm of beauty, rarity, and uniqueness is what transforms a simple half-dollar into a treasure capable of changing someone's life in a single moment. The emotional connection to the coin also drives its value. The Kennedy half-dollar has always been a symbol of American pride and remembrance. When collectors hold a high-grade 1998 piece, they don't just see metal. They feel the story behind it, the history, the memory of Kennedy's leadership, and the journey of the American people during the late 90s. This emotional weight adds a deep significance to every well-preserved 1998 coin, making it more than currency. It becomes a piece of history frozen in time. There are countless stories of people discovering extremely valuable 1998 Kennedy half dollars in jars of old coins, inherited collections, or forgotten drawers. These discoveries always shock people because they never expect a modern-looking coin to be worth anything. But when they take a closer look, when they spot the shine, the perfect condition, or a strange mint feature, the truth hits them like lightning. That moment of realization creates a rush so powerful that it makes collecting coins feel like real-life treasure hunting. The unpredictable nature of the 1998 Kennedy half dollar is what keeps collectors excited. Anyone might have one, but only a small number hold the rare conditions or rare errors that can explode in value. This uncertainty creates an aura of mystery around the coin. No one knows where the next valuable piece might appear. Maybe in someone's home, maybe in a drawer, maybe in an old wallet untouched for years. And that mystery fuels the thrill and excitement surrounding this coin. So if you own a 1998 Kennedy half dollar, don't rush to spend it or trade it away cheaply. Look at it carefully. Study the shine, the edges, the portrait, the date. You might be holding a once-in-a-lifetime treasure with a hidden power to change your fortune overnight. In today's booming coin market, this coin proves one powerful truth. Hidden wealth often sits right in front of us, waiting to be discovered. The 1998 Kennedy half dollar is not just money. It is a potential fortune, a historical treasure, and a symbol of unbelievable value waiting for someone wise enough to recognize its true worth.